every time we seem to catch up with where the Andrews government wants us to be, they shit.
It's just so fear-mongering to the Australian people.
Hey guys, I'm Cian Hussey. I'm here today chatting to my colleague James Bolt, who has a great piece in the Spectator Australia. James, can you tell us what the piece is about?
Yeah, thanks, Cian. So basically what my article is looking at how in March 2020, we were told we needed to flatten the curve to stop hospital systems being overrun. And now the goalposts have shifted so much that in Victoria right now, we're being told that lockdowns are justified based off the number of primary close contacts there are. Not people with COVID, people that are near people with COVID. And it's just such a basic way of looking at this problem, and it's just so fear-mongering to the Australian people. And I just thought to write an article about it because it's infantilizing to Australians, and it's also bad news for our arts sector.
Every time we seem to catch up with where the Andrews government wants us to be, they shit. So at first we were talking about the number of people who are dying, the number of people in hospitals. Then it became about the number of cases, and now it's about close contact. So why do they keep shifting what the focus is?
Because they need people to be compliant to lockdown restrictions, or, not that lockdowns work, but the Andrews government's lockdowns wouldn't work if people weren't complying. So these are the new numbers that people are paying a lot of attention to. And it's getting to the point now where, I don't know about you, but for me, I can walk to a cafe or walk to a supermarket and I'm not scared about getting COVID. I'm scared about later receiving a text message that someone in there had COVID and my life is uprooted for 14 days in isolation. And the way I want to do is to just go, well, don't go outside, just order online. And that's now restricting legal movement.
Like you say in your article, so much of what made Melbourne great and so much of what drives Victoria's economy is events that have large crowds. It's concerts and it's the footy and it's going to sport and it's all these kinds of activities. So how is Melbourne ever going to recover if we're perpetually afraid of gathering in large numbers again?
It's very grim. So last year, between February and August, 26,000 jobs were lost in the arts sector. And this is something that's going to just become even worse if people become scared of going to crowds even after the pandemic, because we're just being taught to treat large crowds like a giant petri dish that we're going to suffer from. So yeah, it's grim, and I don't know how Victoria's going to recover from it. But if you do want to read my article, go to ipa.org.au and you can see it there.